Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Gamion. I will be your game developer for the stream. Um, and I'm working on an online multiplayer soccer brawler called Field of Heroes that I have a demo available on Steam right now, and I hope to release in August as early access. So let me go ahead and link that store page to you real quick. All right, there we go. And so this is an unscheduled stream. I usually stream on a Monday night, but I had a few little spare time this evening, and I wanted to do a little bit of work here. So, gonna do a few bug fixes, and then try something with polishing the heroes, making them look a little better for early access. So, in the moment, I'm fixing a bug where the achievement subsystem is not shutting down properly. I'm just going to fix that, hopefully very quickly. Okay, and then here. Okay. And we'll post load map. Good. And then we unbind. Oh, we never unbind. Okay. Wait, does this take a handle? Oh. It's not cleaning up properly. Mine is, though. Alright, delicate handle. Post load map handle. Then we unbind events. We remove this. Let's do that at the end. Okay, that should fix that. And then once I verify this works, there's another bug I got to fix. There's a UI element that doesn't go away that should if you play more than one match. So I need to look into why that's happening too. In fact, let me bring the list up. Yeah, this is what I'm going to try and fix tonight. Can I get a repro on 2 of these? Or really 3. Okay, good. That's what I wanted to call. And then I'm going to quit. That's what I want to see. Good. Now if I get into a new match, then I should not get the error I got last time. Yep, didn't get the error. Good. Let me commit that real quick. Achievement subsystem. Stop listening for achievements when a player quit the match. Then we're going to copy that over. And go back to the demo. All right, let's get back to work. Okay, so let's look at the match overlay and figure out why the issue with the widgets not disappearing when they should is happening. Now that is the core. Where did I put that? Keys prompt, that's it. That's interesting. Then what else have I looked at that? Widgets, here we go. Keys prompt. So why would that, yeah, look back at my gameplay video to see what happened. Not sure if it's still there. Marketing, videos. I think this is it. Oh, I didn't even let him load in the first place. Maybe that's why it happened. Let me try that. Yeah, you see on the over here, can you see it? There is, you see the enter to chat and F1 to help? Those should not be there. So I need to figure out why, and I think maybe I found the clue. Let's try that again. Again, let me watch that, see exactly when I quit from the video. Okay, about the 3-second mark of the countdown. Ah, too late. I gotta do it again. Oh, right, because it doesn't... Yeah, it automatically starts the match when I do it this way. Let me see if it happens anyway. Yeah, it's stuck there. Okay. Alright, we got a hot lead now. Okay, so only that one get called once ever. Maybe it needs to be on construct. Maybe that's the route I should take. Okay, so, alright, I think this makes sense now. So this is a one-time initialization, and it stays on the screen until it's time to do the fade out. Let me see, fade off delay. What is that animation? So what happens is, I guess it begins to fade out here, but then the screen, but then the overlay disappears, and then it pauses that animation. Okay. Okay, I kind of get it, but I'd rather do this in the constructor. So what if we did this? And then we'd have a destructure. That stops all the animations. And let's see what that gives us. Oh no, I did that wrong. Let's undo this. So we're back to square one. We do want this to be on initialization, and then in the destruction, we have it stop all animations. I think that's what will fix it. Okay, that stops everything. Nope, that did not fix it. Unless what we do, because the animation when it finishes sets everything to hidden, so we want to force that behavior. So what are we setting to hidden exactly? The vertical box. didn't work. Stop the animations. We set that to hidden. Maybe I need to do this in the constructor, not the destructor. Okay. That's probably it. So look at play animation. It's not going to work either. Let's try it again. Uninitialize. Leave the match. Stop the animations. Then we make them hidden. Let me do that again. Because I swore it didn't work last time. Uninitialize. Okay, let's take all the breakpoints out, because I know they're getting called. Leave. And they're still there. Well, let me try one other thing. Start them hidden. Okay, good. They're there. Now, try it here. Why are they still appearing? Because I have it defaulting to hidden, and I stopped the animations on destruct, and I just don't get it. That's hidden. Keys prompt the fade out delay. Same thing. I'm going to maybe, let's see, what can I do next here? Alright, let me try something here. I'm going to roll back the work I just did and try something different approach entirely. Okay. So what if this persists, uninitialized is only ever called once. And I want this to be a once per overall game feature. So I want this to appear once until the player quits out of the whole program. I wonder how I can do that. I'm going to see if it tracks the number of times that it runs. I'm curious now. Does this widget persist in between rounds? Okay, number 1, good. Ooh, some of these sandstorm textures are pretty big. It's actually trying to load them. Let me get back to that. That might be an issue too. Okay, let's quit that. And then another custom play. Okay, so it does retain its count. Now here's why I'm curious. If I move this, beneath uninitialized, which gets called first. And this is make this transient because it is indeed a transient. We're going to make it so default's hidden and only plays the animation the first time. Actually, no, we're going to leave this intact. This will always be called the 0th time it runs, only once. After that, then this gets called. And we'll do it's greater than 1. And we'll just hide everything. And hide the vertical box. Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, there's your initializing. Okay, good. Here we go. Good, so we'll stop any animations and hide that. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Yeah, that appears to have fixed it. Let me run it again with no breakpoints active. And then parent activatable and parent layout is hidden. Okay, good. And then we leave right away. And then we do it again. Yeah, that fixed it. Pretty funky, but it fixed it. Well, let's get those changes committed and knock that bug off the list. So fixed bug where the match F1 prompt would stay on the screen after the first match. And then we will carry that to our mainstream branch. Okay, and then let's go back to our demo branch. Now I can knock that off my bug list. I don't want to do achievements on stream, but I do want to do something else. Let's start this up again. Let's load the hero spreadsheet. Okay, so I wanted to do and iterate through each hero. I want to assess their VFX, their responsiveness, and their ability messaging for early access. What that means is, as a player, I expect that when I use an ability that it's instant. And that's not true for every ability for all the heroes right now. So I want to go through that and one by one and see what's going on with that. Oh, you know what? Actually, I can't do that on the demo branch. I need to do it on the main branch. So let's switch back to main. All right, now we are in the early access branch. Sysmall, it is a multiplayer game. As a matter of fact, you can play it with me right this second because I have the demo out. Just follow the Steam link on the pinned comment and we can just dive right in. It is PvPvE. There are bot backfills, so there's no waiting in queues for players. And when players look for games, they look for games that are already in progress and will join them mid-game. So it's the smoothest, I believe, play their experience without having to wait for queues and for all other things. And the game's it's playable with bots, but it's much better with people. Okay, so now we're back here. These are all MP games. I'm opening your own Unreal Engine project, but like seeing who else is making stuff on here. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll appreciate the wish list and download. Do you have a page for your project? I know I follow a few other Unreal Engine developers as well. Swashbuckling Fox is one. Irish John Games just released a pirate game in early access. Mine will be in early access in August, I think. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so let's go back to the danger room here. Yeah, and if your project has a page or even a blog or anything, delisted, okay. Proving myself that you can make multiplayer games solo. I feel that. I'm kind of going the very extreme route. Multiplayer with matchmaking, late joining, leaderboards, stats, achievements, and what else? Squad matchmaking, which you can't really do with Unreal unless you use C++. I'm using neither. These are listen servers. So when a player cannot find a server to play on, they host one. And people join theirs using through Steam's VPN, Steam sockets. Yeah, listen servers, because we can't afford dedicated server farms. So the matchmaking, quote-unquote matchmaking, all it is, it's just doing a common subsystem find games query. Just give me a list of all the games that are in progress. Kind of like, TF2, go to community servers, gives you that big dump of servers. And the matchmaking happens in mine. I have a subsystem for that. Yeah, custom server browser. That's exactly what I'm using. And here's my filter, C++, and it's really simple. It's just, no full games, reasonable ping. Let's see, what's max ping filter? My ping, 300 right now. 250 is questionable, but 300. Yeah, exactly. First available game spin open the previous game is full. That's what I do. And I also have something else. And maybe I'm doing this way too early, but I let people blacklist other players so they don't really matchmake with them. Yeah, exactly. We don't need to have everything. But so this is for if early access, if it does take off, and that's a big if. Because to be honest, the marketing is not working out because I don't really have content that satisfies the algorithm. But if it did take off, then at least I can say, look, if you don't like the player, then you can mute them. You can just blacklist them all. That will mute them. It will avoid them in matchmaking, but it won't guarantee you'll never see them again. But yeah, it's been 4 years since I started working on this game solo, and this is in my free time. So it's like nights and weekends, because I have a full-time job doing AAA stuff. In fact, I might very well be the only AAA you've ever seen who had trouble breaking into the indie market. But yeah, this is, again, game development is a real passion hobby of mine. I like doing it by day. I like doing it in the evenings. And that after 4 years, I mean, there's so many other. I want to take a break, and then I want to do maybe something else. I never did finish my beach relaxation VR simulator, and not only that, but yeah, branches VCS, yeah, totally back. I like doing his plastic SCM, and then Unity took it, and it's just weirder to use. I had to restart my whole repo because they failed to transfer from plastic SCM to Unity in the cloud. So I had to start the repo all over again. But anyway, on the upside, it saved me space costs. Perforce, yeah, that's the preferred for Unreal. So yeah, but I mean, other than that, I mean, other than the taking a break, doing the VR beach thing, your friend is kind enough to host. Yeah, I'm on like the super cheap plan. It's like because I only use such little space on my source control on Unity source control, I'm paying like 20 cents a month, maybe. So it's no problem. I waste more money than that, like on fast food when I shouldn't. But that being said, I'm seeing a lot of just incredible and creative indie games just coming through. I mean, there's a lot of not gems out there, but there's a few gems, and they can be inspiring. Some of the creativity, like the other day I saw it's a factory game, but it's fractals. So you're like building factories and factories inside fractals, and it's mind blowing. There's just all this creativity, and there's still plenty of time left to do all these cool things. And I kind of want to, at times want to make a cozy base building game too. So yeah, you can't get an interview. Yeah, it is so rough out there. The reason I'm still employed, and I've been at the company for over 8 years as a AAA co-dev, is that I guess I do a really good job, and they love me there, and the partners we work with are very happy with me. So, but yeah, I know a lot of it I think is name recognition. So I mean, it's tough. Studio, even within recognition, like the Fortnite art director got laid off. I mean, how does that happen? I mean, how does the art director of Fortnite get laid off? So no one is safe. Yeah, the Halo music guy. I mean, these are big names. Like you'd think they were invincible, but it's just really kind of sad to see. So, but yeah, I'm counting my blessings that I'm still where I am. Yeah, I'm a AAA co-dev, so we have partners who we work on their projects and they pay us, and so I'm really trying to make the most of it. So thanks for the follow too. All right, so your projects are delisted. I got mine. I'll just throw the link out. Some of my other indie. So I'll show you my released projects. See if that's loads. Yeah, so I got to update this big time. Coming soon. Yeah, I got to put the demo button here. But yeah, these are some old games I made, some mobile, some PC. And if you really want to go dig in the past, then I got my unfinished portfolio as well. Well, finished and unfinished here. Just a lot of stuff, random stuff that I was passionate for at a time. That said, I tend to gravitate toward games that are not popular genres. I don't know, maybe because I feel like it's a combination of just there's so many of them out there, and I have nothing to offer above them that my imagination can come up with so far. But also, I grew up around the Atari days, and in the Atari days, you had everything was pick up and play and put down. So I kind of had a bias toward that kind of game. So at the moment, I'm going through a pass. I have my 9 heroes in this soccer brawler, and I'm going through a pass right now through each one to make sure that's ready for early access. And the pass is 3 parts. It's VFX, responsiveness, and the third one was messaging. So I'll give you an example of a character who I know is in a good spot right now. Well, at least I believe, Dodger. So Dodger, she's a forward, and she's kind of more agile, and she's not as strong as the other heroes, but she definitely, is a good forward. Yes, using gas. Also, this is not. I'm not using any custom engine stuff either. I managed to keep it vanilla for now, and I use UGS for modding, so players will be able to make their own fields. Can't make their own heroes, but they can make their own fields. So that'll be fun. But making their own heroes, I mean, if people ask for it and the game actually does well, then I'll consider it. So first thing is, let's see, VFX. So I'm happy with the VFX for her weapon. The arrow looks pretty, yeah. To me, she's trying to build so much custom stuff. Yeah, well, I believe 343 was going to use Unreal Engine, but if they're going to trick the heck and customize the heck out of it, then maybe they should stay with their own engine, unless there's a really, really good reason to move. Because otherwise, they're just going to, instead of having their own fully custom engine, then they're just going to have Unreal with custom code. Halo Studios. Yeah, I feel like if they had, over these decades, had a consistent staff of gamers, I mean, everyone from the corporate suits down to the test QA, if they were all gamers and you get them all in a room and have fun playing Halo, then they would still be on top, I think. But when you go public, you got investors who never play games, you got suits who come in and never play games, or they're really so business minded that they kind of are distant from. So yeah, I'm just preaching to the choir at this point, but you get it. So the VFX I believe are fine. So I'll use her ability. Okay, I'll load the VFX on the screen. Let me do that again. Yeah, VFX look okay to me. We have the spike trap. Again, preloading all the VFX. Let me turn up my mic. No, that's oh yeah. No, the game. No, there's nothing. This is mostly, yeah. I have the desktop channel off. I can turn it on though. Okay, so now it's on. So you got this stuff going on, and then her turret, and then her spike trap. So I mean, well, again, these are, the engine's got to preload all this stuff, but yeah, and so and then when enemy trips on it, so I'll go red. Yep, and then I'm stuck in the mud, literally. So I think the VFX are okay because I worked on that months ago. The responsiveness, though, let's see, getting the turret up. All right, let me do that again. That took a fraction of a second. Actually, let me get the... How long did that take? Where's the summon turrets? Summon. Yeah. The... okay, so I want... So it spawns in 0.2 of a second. Yeah, do it from from a client, not the host, right? Yeah. So so if I do it from the client, that's pretty quick. I mean, I could make it a little faster. But I don't know, 0.2 of a second. That's, yeah. Yeah, it operates on the montage, and yeah, it is. Yeah, it uses gas and for that. So let me trace you back to let's see, this. Oh no, that's not it. Yeah. Yeah, local predicted. Yeah, so yep, so that's how that works. Yeah, and you know what? I had a playtest a few weeks ago with 5 players, and nobody complained at all about the networking except me, because actually no, I didn't even complain that time. I'm really sensitive to network stutter. I think a lot of players are forgiving about it, but not me. So I try my best on that. Yeah. So yeah, I might roll with that. Yeah, and that's I know they may be more forgiving, but I still want to kind of get that brass ring if I can. So I think I'll stick, because if I make it sooner, then I have to tweak the animation to be faster. What do we got here? I already got it at a fast rate. I think I'll stick with this, and then I think the same with the spikes. Yeah, that's pretty quick too. Yeah, you don't need perfect, but yep, same way. Yeah, and that's that drive where some people are willing to give solos a chance because when they have that attitude. I once watched a streamer who was a Let's Play streamer. He played someone's game and they got an achievement. They somehow left the map and they got an achievement for it. They actually got an achievement because of a bug that enabled them to leave the map. And the streamer had the strangest reaction I'd seen. He actually got really mad that the developer was so lazy to make an achievement or not taking it seriously, his game seriously, that he had that kind of achievement. And he stopped playing after that because he thought the developer didn't really care about their own game. So they're out there. All right, so back to the spike trap. I think that was also quick. Okay, that's 0.15 seconds. Okay. So, all right, so I think if I go back to the spreadsheet here. So responsiveness updated. I think they're responsive enough. If I get complaints then from players, I will investigate them, and maybe if I agree with them, I'll fix them. VFX, I liked it. I mean, it's hard to see from an unpackaged game, but I think it's there. Messaging I think it's good enough for early access. So this is my spreadsheet, which I made for each of the heroes. Oh, this is no longer one shot. Yeah, I think Unity already, or I think Unreal already does not play. Yeah, if you try to play VFX on a dedicated server, then it just won't. It will return a null. So that's handy. So anyway, yeah, use gameplay cues. Yeah, I use those, but I use them sparingly. And not only that, but there are some gameplay cues I replicate, but most of them I do not. And the reason I do not is that they happen to run on every player for other reasons. In those cases, I made my own local gameplay cue that doesn't replicate. It just plays and done. So that saves the network traffic. The next hero I want to look at was Ellis. Oops. Oh, that should be. All of these should be set. There. That's done. No, I think the VFX are actually consistent. Each weapon has a VFX for emission or swing, a VFX for impact, and actually, a VFX for impact, sound for impact, and there was a third. Oh yeah, and for projectiles, they have their VFX as well. Those and I don't remember which ones are cues and which ones are not. I do think that the persistent one is on the projectile though. So if I open the projectile for Dodger, then that's persistent VFX. That said, there are differences in other circumstances. Like if I get hit versus I hit someone else, There's different sounds, and there's different effects for that. That's really for messaging to the player that they're either taking damage or dealing damage. So it's easier for them to tell the difference. So now we'll get Ellis. Oh, also, if you want to keep up with development, I think it's on is my Discord on my Twitch page? Yeah. So yeah, you can join my Discord if you'd like to. Yeah, I keep forgetting where I do things in social media. It's enough to remember everything about this game. I have to also remember what I did with marketing. Actually, I'm going to take a jump. I can look at Ellis later. I want to look. This something's been kind of hanging on my mind for a while. I'll show you the marketing is the issue. And I've been marketing for 11 months, and I've only got 400 wish lists, and I think I know why. And it's a hard truth. The content is just not algorithmy, as I call it. It's not algorithmy. It doesn't really attract the algorithm because the art style is kind of dated, circa 2010-ish. That's the style I wanted for the game because other similar games had it, and I like the 2010s and the 2000s. So it's the art styling doesn't really have any pop and wow and sort of the polish that the algorithm looks for. The second reason is that this isn't really an innovative game. It's a take on the genre, but it's not innovative like Fractal Factories or non-Euclid or those non-Euclid games where you walk in the door and you don't go in it, but you go another dimension or something. I forgot what the name of that was. And it's not really just innovative. It's not something you've never seen before. And it's also not a genre that's in high demand. Factory games are in high demand. Simulators are in high demand. Roguelikes are always in high demand, but not sports brawlers. Yeah, so I have clips, and they've gotten thousands of views. I've had lots of views, but the turnaround is, yeah. I thought in my book, Mecha Strikers succeeded. I just don't know what they're doing these days. I mean, I love to have all that many positive reviews that they have. So yeah, and so actually, let me show you before I work on Ulrich. Let me just show you the game real quick. Because they didn't. Oh, so they didn't make enough money to be sustained. Well, anyway, what was I gonna? Oh yeah. I caught a log about these really big textures that I wanted to look at before I forget about it as well. Where was that? 4096. Okay, so let me switch over to. Let me cut the music and switch over to this mode, and I'll just jump in the demo and play a quick match. And that's another thing. If this game is a commercial failure, well, no one loses their jobs, and I'm only out what I put into it, maybe minus a few dollars if I make sales. I'm just gonna do a quick match. Wrong one. I wanted to do the demo because that's the one that we can play. So let me stop the other one and play the demo. Well, Sparkball's coming out in later this year. That's like the closest competitor I have coming up. And there's another Rocket League competitor, Beetleball's coming out. And it actually looks like a lot of fun. Now that I think about it, I wasn't too impressed with Beetleball's art, but it looked like a lot of fun. And I thought, that sounds like my game. So anyway, you have in the demo. You have 6 heroes to choose from, and midfield, defense, and these tell you what they're for. These are their weapons. So I'll just be Dodger's my main. .4v4. Yeah, I don't know. I saw their I looked at the bottom, like the player bars and the player abilities screen, and they had a bunch of stuff there that I didn't understand. So this is 5v5. Oh, set the ball. Go. Nice. Yeah, I taught this AI well. Oh, and there's the monster on the field. Take it down so we get the... come on, we still get him. Oh no, I'm getting sucked in now. Oh, I never. Okay, well, we got the ball somehow. Oh, come on, get it in. No, we didn't kick it. There we go. I thought 5 was a good number. You got one goalie, 2 offense, 2 defense. I thought it worked out well, but that's just me. Spike trap. Oh, got him. Oh, missed. Am I using... I use behavior trees. Because I started this like 4 years ago, and that was... at the time, I knew behavior trees, and they were still kind of the weapon of choice unless you wrote your own system. And yeah, anyone else who has the demo can join. Oh, also you can change heroes mid-game. Oh, it kind of does sometimes. The goalkeeper kind of is not that good, unfortunately. There's some bugs where the goalkeeper will... well, first of all, the heroes always shoot at the center of the goal. That's a bug, and I don't know why. The other bug is the goalkeeper will sometimes not be able to make it to the ball because of a padding problem. Oh, nice. Make it. Oh. 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 I hate that. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, and I don't know if you how much you work with behavior trees in the AI Move to, but Move to is fickle sometimes. You tell it to go somewhere and it thinks it's blocked, but it's not actually blocked, and I don't know why. All right, watch this. I'm going to turn into a werewolf. Oh, I did something else for the AI as well. I taught them to kite around players. Oh, nice. So if you have an AI that's fighting, that has a target, they will kite around it and while attacking. And that, I tell you, that was like a night and day change when I got it working. I mean, every other game, just the AI comes to you and then just hits you and then stands in your face. But no, the kiting is great stuff. All right, let's get them. Yeah, so I talked to someone else about marketing today and asking why do I only have 400 wish lists when out of 11 months of making shorts and doing marketing campaigns and all that. And he said, well, you know, as the reasons I mentioned before, the art style just isn't, I guess, is not very popular right now. But maybe an artist can maybe tweak some of the shaders to make it look a little nicer. But this could be one of those games where its real pull is word of mouth after early access is out and people have played it. That there are games that have poor art design or poor art, but the gameplay is so good that they succeeded. So this could become one of those games, you know, possibly. Yeah, it's not. I think it's not poor. It's just the style that I think the current gaming generation isn't excited about. Like if I look at Marvel, honestly, Marvel Rivals has a popular style, as does Sparkball, but I don't know. I just it looks too clean to me, like too sterile. It's very nice, very neat. I can see in messages. I can see it. It's just I don't know. Just yeah. Maybe it's not my generation. But that's okay. And I've seen pixel games. I've seen people say, your game looks gorgeous. And I look at it and I'm like, all right, this particular kind of pixel game does not look great to me. But, you know, to each their own. Someone posted a screen. Reddit's really fun. It's fun. If you go on Reddit's indie games, indie dev forums, you can, within 5 minutes, you will have found one post that had something beautiful that no one liked, and a post that looked awful that everyone else but you liked. And we win! And I'm
MVP.
Heck yeah. No, they're not done. They're just everyone has their own. Everyone has their own style. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't want to keep you anymore. Again, feel free to join my Discord. Feel free if you want to. If you do have anything you want to show in your project, always welcome on my stream to check it out, to show off what you got, because I want to be friendly to other devs as well. So, all right. Well, have fun at work. And I'll catch up when you're around again. I may not be streaming too much longer tonight, actually. This is an off night, and I should relax. So I just want to do one or two more things. All right, so I'm still on the main branch. Yeah, it's like I say, rest is part of the process. So, yep, thanks. All right, let's get the music back on, and back to... There we go. So there's one hero that I'm concerned about, and that's the Cent Orc. I actually have a Cent Orc hero in this game. They play the defense. The problem is I got it from a Centaur asset pack, and it was worth it. It's just that it's very stiff to control. You got the bare minimum with the pack. It's the kind of that's good for your prototyping or you're an indie and low budget, but for a real quality Centaur, you got to kind of do it yourself, unless there's another much more expensive asset out there. So I'll show you that. That is Ulrich. So this is Ulrich the Centaur, and so he just kind of feels stiff. Like I'll turn, and he just pivot. He just turns his whole model. I'll slow it down even so you can see it. You see, it just kind of turns like that. And what I want to do is I want to see it. What would it look like if I were to manipulate to rotate his spine? Rotate his form by doing that. I'm just gonna, no idea if it's even gonna look good, but I want to try this. So let's look at his anim blueprint. Alright, so that's his animation. Let's pull up his skeleton as well. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. Those 4096 textures that were... Yeah, what was that? I caught this earlier in the stream, and I think the textures might be oversized a bit. Yeah, this stuff. Let me take a look at these real quick. Put you to the side, and let's open up the... Let's open this up here. Oh, okay, so it's 512 in the game. Okay, phew. All right, so that just means that it's a big texture, but it packages small. That's good. So, not a problem. All right, so let's say I want him to turn. What would it look like if he was running and then I turn his spinal column bits? So let's find that first of all. What? Let me look at his skeleton. Oh, what was the key for that? Let's see a skeleton. Okay. That's not much to work with at all. I was hoping there was more bones on his spine. That's the root. I don't want to mess... Well, that's the spine root. Okay. So, what if I turn this? Okay, I can work with that. What if I turn this? Okay, so that's just that. Well, here's my point. I think if he's... Let's say he's running, wants to turn right. Currently, he rotates his whole body in just one motion. Like, so I want to turn right. So then, yeah, like that. So it's just a rotation. See how stiff that is? I want him to turn his spine in the direction of the direction he's turning. So like this, kind of like that. So he's turning to the right, starting with, let's say, spine 2. And then spine 1 follows. And maybe even the roots like that. But you see where I'm going with this, is if I can do a blend like this when in turning, then maybe I can make him look good. So I'm just thinking out loud here. So how would I do that? So go to his animation blueprint. First I need to know his turn rate. Do I even have that information? Because I don't know. What is his turn rate? Update active rotation. Rotation lerp speed. What if I didn't call this at all? How would it look? What if I just skip this? See what happens. Okay. Alright, so we're on to something then. This is interesting to me. Okay, this is the lerp. Active rotation lerp speed. Delta time. Rotator. So how do I take this information and translate it into something I can use to rotate his spine with? It's a tough question. I gotta think on this. OBS ruined all my green screens again. Alright, let me fix that. I thought you were better than this, OBS. Well, does the hamster wheel still work at least? Nope, it's not even on the screen. Well, that's not even rendering at all. Well, here it is. What's the hamster? What happened to the hamster wheel? It's like a tiny little ball now. Well, I have to fix that off stream, I guess. Okay. What I can do is take the difference of I can take the old and new rotations the old and new yaws and use that as to bend the spine. I'll try that first. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try that first anyway. Spine twist. Degrees. And let's make that let's see, let's do we got these two. Low rotation speed. From X. This is probably not right, but I'm going to do it anyway. Take the difference in their yaws and assign it to the twist degrees. And I want to see what that gives me. So, again, I think this is wrong, but I still want to see how it looks. Oh, let's go back to single. Yeah, that's not going to work because he would be stuck. Maybe that's okay. All right, let's just see how it looks if I mess with his spine. Where is the? I want to look at another hero's for reference. That's what I'm looking for. Is there a blend to this? Ooh, alpha. Add to existing. All right, let's try that. What did I say was spine 2? No, spine 1. Spine 1. And then we're going to make a rotator. All right, let's see how that looks. Not good. Let's slow this down a bit. Oh, it's turning. I guess the bone is too. Let's pick another bone, maybe spine 2. I'm just not, oh, because my aiming is now controlling it. So let me go back to spine 1. Whoa. Why is it rotating so much? This is spine 1. That's not the root. That's just a... Oh, yeah, it's affecting his forward feet. Maybe it's too exaggerated. Yeah, that's... Or what if I need to go to the root? No, I'm not gonna find the answer tonight. This is a kind of a big, complicated thing. So let me see what I got left on my bug list. Is there anything else simple I want to do tonight? Oh yeah, so you're waiting on the post match. I think... Yeah, I think I'm going to take that last chat message about rest to heart. I think I am going to maybe hang it up and rate us off to another game developer. So I just felt like doing a little streaming. I did get a few bugs fixed, which is great. So let me see who else is streaming right now. Let's see what Hypnotic Games is up to. Oh, he's playing chess. Let's go rate him during his chess match. So thanks everyone for stopping in this unscheduled stream night. And I hope you have a good rest of your evening. And I will see you when I stream again, probably next Monday, but we'll see. And until then, have a good one.